Today, I want to talk about the subject, the Son of God. The Son of God. And I'm going to take you through a whole series of teachings that would finally help you understand what it means to actually call on the Son of God. Whenever we talk about this subject, there's a particular verse in the Bible that explicitly says it all. And as a matter of fact, the reading of this verse, nobody should have ever argued about the subject, the Son of God. But again, don't take my word for it. You have to do your own research. I say this all the time. If you don't do your own research, another would come and mislead you because you haven't done your own research. There are few verses in the Bible that speaks about who God is. And some will say even the definition of God, who God is. But when we talk about the subject of the Son, and again, when I say the Son of God, I'm not talking about S-O-N. I'm talking about the S-U-N, the Son of God, the Son's Day, the reason why they worship the Son of God on the Sunday. I'm not making this up. Anyway, Malachi 4:2 says, "For the Son of Righteousness would rise with healing in its wings." I've said this subject many times. The Son of Righteousness will rise with healing in its wings. What does it mean for the Son of Righteousness to rise? What does that even mean? What is the Son of Righteousness doing in this subject? Why is the Son of Righteousness bringing healing to the world? Meaning every time the Son of Righteousness comes up, healing portrays, healing radiates, healing comes out. So if you're actually looking for healing, then you should look for the Son of God who is worshipped on a Sunday. Psalm 113 verses 3 says what? "From the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same, the Lord's name shall be praised." From the rising of the sun, from the sunrise to the sunset, the Lord's name would be praised. The key to the praising of the Lord is when his sun rises up. It's a sign, it's a signal. And I don't want to make this up. There are few verses in the Bible, as a matter of fact, few places in the Bible that actually describe God for who he is. And I'm talking about the limitation, like your mind is on God, creator, right? I know the difference, so every time I say this. But when we say God, you know exactly who God is to you. So there are few places in the Bible that talks about who God is. One of these places is Psalm 84 verses 11. It says what? "For the Lord God is a sun. From rising of the sun to the setting of the same, the name of the Lord would be praised." The name of the Lord will be praised, right? And then the Son of Righteousness is rising up. The Son of God is rising up with healing. So every time you honor the Son of God, automatically you are acknowledging the healing presence of the Son of God. And of course, if we want to branch into science, we talk about photosynthesis, right? And then we talk about the vitamin Ds. And we talk about the nutrients that are being received from the sun every single day, right? The sun would rise with healing. The name of the God will be praised because of the sun. The Lord God is a sun. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. He is a sun. He bestows favor and honor. Favor and honor. He is a sun. The Lord God is a sun and a shield. He is a sun and a shield. What does that mean? What does this mean? Why are we putting the sun and a shield in the same context? Why is the sun and why is the shield? And many do not know what this means, but I'll come back to this, okay? Let's not go far. I'll come back to this. John 4:8 talks about the fact that God is love. God is the sun. God is love. So therefore, the love is the sun. That is why in many parts of the world, whenever we go into the summer, lives come alive. People come alive. People become vibrant. People want to take off their clothes. People want to bathe in the seas. People want to show off whatever it is they're showing off, right? Because the sun brings joy. It brings happiness. It brings excitement. Unlike the winter, when the winter comes up, everybody is moody. If you've never traveled to the West, ask anybody from the West. Whenever the winter comes up, people are moody, people are depressed, people are looking down, shoulders down, dragging their feet literally to work and what have you. Families are fighting, issues are coming up, cases of murder cases are going on the rise, people stealing. Most chaos is done in the winter than in the sun, because the sun is love. God is love. The sun breathes out love. And every time the sun comes up, have you ever wondered why in most adventure movies or science fictions and Avengers and the Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean and all these great movies, the Dwarfs, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Maleficent, all these great movies, right? Whenever there is terror in the scene, you see darkness all over the place. Whenever evil is reigning, evil is winning, you see that the entire kingdom is filled with darkness. And the moment the enemy is overtaken or is overpowered, instantly the sun breaks forth and all the people start celebrating and all the people start getting excited. Why? Because the sun is love, because God is love, because God is sun. And every time the sun comes up, the sun brings love. The sun will bring healing. Healing is not just talk about physical body healing. It's talk about emotional healing. It's talk about psychological healing. Healing coming from all over the place. Why? Because the sun is up. God the Son. God the Son is up. This year I've been telling you I'm going to teach, and I'm going to teach you something, right? 1 John from 1 John chapter 1 verses 5 to 7, I believe, verse 5 to 7, it says that God is light. God is light. God is sun. God is light. Jesus is the light of the world. The Son of God is the light of the world. The Son is the light of the world. Are you getting this? Light of the world, you step down into darkness. The sun rises and sets into darkness. Are you getting it? So whenever we talk about the Son of God, we are not talking about any other than the S-U-N. It's never been about an S-O-N. It's never been about that. Deuteronomy 4:24 says, God is a blazing fire. The fire ever blazing. And there's a part of the scriptures or the Bible, the Christian Bible, that talks about the fact that we would not even be able to behold his face. And behold, when Moses went up to meet God, God's Son, the glory, was so radiant that when Moses came down, the people couldn't see the face of Moses. It's in the very scriptures. The problem is a lot of people take the scriptures literally, don't. It contains code. It contains secrets. The sun, God is a blazing fire. God is a blazing fire. God is constantly blazing up. Right? And Revelation talks about something funny. He says he comes in the clouds. The sun rises into the clouds and the whole world will see the sun. The whole world is going to see the sun. It will not be hidden. The Son of God cannot be hidden. The Son of righteousness. The Son that put everything into the rights. Righteousness. When the sun comes up, trees, plants, everybody gets excited because it's growing time, it's healing time, it's maturing time. Everything is increasing. The Son of God is rising. The Son of God has risen. The Son of God is here. Now let me go back, right? Let me go back to 2 Psalm 84:11 says what? For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord God, what does it mean? The Lord God is a sun and a shield. What does that even mean? There's a thing we call magnetosphere, right? Magnetosphere. And what most people don't know is that it is a region of space around the planet or the stars that dominates the planet or star's magnetic field, right? The magnetospheres protect planets from harmful radiation and charged particles from the sun. So when you read the scriptures and it says that God is the sun and he's a shield. He's a sun and a shield. God is a sun and a shield, right? He is the sun, but he's also the protective shield. The magnetosphere that is cast around the earth so that the dangerous radiations from the sun, right? The sun particles that are harmful to your health doesn't hit you. He's a sun and he's a shield. He's a sun and he's a shield. He's the sun that is bringing out all the healing, but the rays are so strong that the radiation can destroy you. So he puts a protecting shield. That's what we call the magnetosphere, right? He puts a protecting shield to protect the earth or any other planet so that the dangerous radiation doesn't hit you, so that you don't die. God is love, God is sun, God is his shield that is protecting you. And it's out there, it's evidence. So whenever we talk about the Son of God, we are not talking about some being, some human being. I'm going to teach you, relax. I'm going to teach you this here. Okay, so when you lift up your hands and you say, oh, Son of God, oh, glorious Son of God, glorious Son of God that is blazing fire, right? He's pouring out his magnificence and power and joy and everything. But at the same time, he's protecting you so that the radiations that are not good for you, the particles that are not good for you, does not get to you. He is the sun. Your God is the sun. The sun is God. God is sun. God is love. God is light. God is a blazing fire. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever we refer to the Son of God, it was never about any S-O-N. It's never been about an S-O-N. And the whole world will see the sun. The whole world will see the sun. Are you getting a picture? So when we say, oh, Son of God, oh, Son of God, we talk about the sun that is bringing life. The sun goes out moody, sad, draggy, depression, anxiety, chaos. The sun comes up love, happiness, excited, parties, joy, summertime, summer clothes, all the beautiful things you can ever think of. The Son of God. And these teachings, our fathers have always taught them. Talk about when you blame. Our fathers have always taught. We go all the way back to Egypt. We gave the world these teachings, these signs. And they adapted it, rebranded it, brought it to you as religion. It's time to go back. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.